Okay, you're listening to Amrita from BizAsia, and today I'm talking to a very beautiful lady who is turning producer for the second time under the banner Born Free Entertainment. The movie Bobby Jasoos, which they are producing, is coming out on the 4th of July. It's none other than Dia Mirza. Hi, Dia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm relieved. we just finished our post-production work on the film, and we've delivered it to Reliance Entertainment. So the film will be out there in the world on the 4th, and nobody could be happier. I'm really happy.
You do sound quite relieved, I've got to say. just, as a bit of a background, you were a model, you then turned an actress, and now for the second time you're turning producer. What has your journey been like?
Wow, it's been extraordinary. It's from being a regular kid in Hyderabad who was in junior college, and suddenly this beauty pageant changed my life. It was like a paradigm shift. And then I think I've kind of, I've spent the last 13 years being an actor, and then shifted gears and decided to make film. It's been an extremely interesting journey. It's been one that has taught me many lessons and has been a great journey of self-discovery. And I've discovered my passions, I've discovered my strengths, I've also discovered my weaknesses. It's been quite interesting.
Ah, that sounds very good, because that leads very, very nicely onto what I want to ask you next. Your first production was in 2011, Love Breakup Zindagi, which you also starred in. Were there any particular lessons you learnt from that?
The most valuable lesson from that one was genuinity never goes unnoticed. When you set out to do something with absolute honesty and you respect everyone who's involved in that process, that can never go unnoticed, and it's something that becomes a very invaluable part of your experience. It makes working in the industry a lot more easier. So the first one taught us that you may not earn money, but you can earn respect. And and that really has been our mission with the company. We want to be able to tell films that we believe in, but also we want to do it in an environment where everybody is respected and loved and appreciated, and everyone gets an opportunity to express themselves. And then the fate of the film really depends on the audience's reaction to it. And you can't really control that as an individual, but you can control the experience, and you can determine how it shapes everybody's attitude towards the film during the process of the film.
Right. Now the thing is,
which I think is a reflection for any job. When you set out to make something and you are instrumental in making it happen. I think really it always is about what you're doing every day and how you're making it happen, more so than the end result. Of course, the end result matters, but if it's honest and it's a joyful experience, then a beautiful painting can remain unsold, but that same painting can get hung up in a museum wall much after the death of an artist and then become a celebrated piece of art. Mm-hmm. So creativity and art are not things that you can contain, and don't always come with an instant gratification. Mm-hmm. That can be slow release, but the experience and the attitude with which you approach it with is what matters.
Okay, that's actually really brilliant that you say that, because when I've interviewed Vidya only a couple of weeks ago, and I asked her what is Dia Mirza like as a producer, and she was very frank in saying, Dia Mirza, Sahil Sangha, who is obviously your partner, they've got really big hearts. That's what she said. That was basically what she said about you. Now, did you set out to be kind of a certain kind of producer, given your experiences?
Well, I think we all kind of play out the roles that we do in life based on our experiences as individuals, and also based on the aspirations that we have of what we want to make of our lives and what we want to make of our own experiences. I think the role of a producer is to attract, engage, and kind of put together the right energies to make a film happen. And that starts from the word go. It starts from the first word that appears on the page till the entire process of writing is completed. And then when you start casting, whether it's casting actors or you're casting technicians or crew, you're constantly looking out for to bring the right kind of people and the right kind of energies that you believe will contribute to the experience of the film. So I really think that it's about what you're desirous of as an individual, and then an understanding that because it's such a collective process, it's so important to bring the right people together. And then when they do come together, then the experience becomes effortless. Then you just be yourself and you enjoy everything that everyone is doing and bringing to the table, because 9 out of 10 times it will be everything you hoped for.
I hope Bobby Jasoos is very much everything you hope for in terms of audience reaction. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, and also congratulations, should I say, on your recent engagement to Sahil Sangha, who's obviously your partner at Born Free Entertainment as well. Now, working with your partner, did you have any clashes, or do you have the same work ethic?
We have the same. We share identical values in life and professionally. I think we want the same thing. And our values, given that our values are identical, our work ethic is also almost identical. I'm a little more sensitive than he is. I think given that he's a man, that helps. He's a little more practical, and that forms a great balance. We haven't really ever had big run-ins with each other on the work front. We've pretty much enjoyed a simple, uncomplicated coexistence, and I think that stems from the fact that we don't have very big egos, both of us. So, even if we make mistakes, whether he makes one or I make one, or we disagree with something that the other has done, we kind of talk about it. And if we agree, we agree. And if we don't agree, even that's okay. You don't have to agree with everything. And I don't think we judge each other for it. And I think that really helps. So far, so good. We've been working together now for about 5 years, and we've done okay.
Well, I hope you will carry on doing okay, should I say, and particularly with Bobby Jasoos again. Now, you talked about casting, and Vidya Balan is the central person in this story. Why do you think she's ideal for this role?
There is identical quality that Vidya shares with Bobby. Vidya the person shares with Bobby the character. Vidya the person is non-conformist. She's kind of lived her life on her own terms, but she's not a rebel. And that is what is identical to Bobby. She's non-conformist as well. She hasn't chosen a life that is expected of a girl in her world to have chosen. And at the same time, she's not rebellious. She kind of believes in what she wants to do, and she goes about doing it without making a big deal about it. She just does it. And I think that's really cool about Vidya the person and Bobby the character.
Okay. That's interesting to know that there are similarities, because the first promos have been so effective. So it's nice to have a little explanation of why Vidya fit into the role. Now, as a producer, in the last maybe a decade, the 100 Crore Club has become something of a fad. Some producers say it's media created. Some probably don't say that it's just media created. How would you say, what is the significance for you of a film reaching 100 crores, 200 crores maybe?
India is a very, 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 very big country. We have a very big population. And for the love that we have for cinema, I don't believe 100 crores is justifiable at all as a success rate. We should be making a lot more than that. And I say this because we need a lot more exhibitions of film. We need a lot more theaters. We need to cut our taxes down, and we need to make film exhibition a lot more accessible to people. And I think the day we do that, our films will make a lot more money. So I think it's interesting that the 100 crore club is celebrated as much as it is, and it's a good sign. It's healthy that films are doing good business. But we should rightfully be doing a lot more business, and our story should be reaching out to that many more people.
Okay, so and in relation to Bobby Jasoos, if you did hit 100 crores, would you be happy?
Oh, we'd be ecstatic because it would mean, because we've made the film in a modest budget, and we've given it everything it needed, and we've been extremely honorable and transparent with our studio. We've tried to ensure everything we could and we can to make the film a plus film, a film that can make money. There are lots of films that are made too expensive, and then you're like, how are we going to recover this money? It can become extremely arduous for the exhibitor and the distributor. But I think we've been sensible, and I hope that it pays off and everybody who's involved with the film makes money and is happy.
Oh, that's a really nice wish. Okay, I'm going to end on a question about the audiences. What would you like the audiences to take away from the story of Bobby Jasoos?
The simplicity of her world and her aspiration. The fact that life can be so magnificent and colorful and beautiful if we can just keep it simple.
Okay, that is actually really simple. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry?
I didn't get the last part of what you said.
I just said that's a very nice, simple way of putting it, and you ended with the word simple as well, so it was kind of apt.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
It was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you. And I wish you very well with Bobby Jasoos, and I'm sure the international audiences, even in London where we are, will appreciate the film. And again, thank you very much for talking to me. And I wish you well.
Toes, everything is crossed. We've had so much fun making it, and we've loved it so much, and we've given it everything we have. I hope people love that too.
I'm sure they will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay,
nice
bye.
talking to you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.